Coming off an exciting week in the Champions League, let's turn our attention back to the Premier League and a chance to win $50,000. Hey there, everybody. What's going on? It's Jason Mattis, of course, with Winning Bets. Thanks for joining me on this episode. This is one of those free games that we play, and it's over on the NBC Sports Predictor app where we can win $50,000 on Premier League Matchweek number 9. You guys know how it goes. They give you 5 games. You got to correctly predict all 5 games, give them that correct result and the score to take home that $50,000. If nobody can do it, you're still competing for a guaranteed $1,000 prize if you get the most points. It's 4 points right for the result and 10 points right for the correct score. I'm also giving away money. That's right. I give away $25 each and every single week if you join the Winning Bets League. If you need that league information, it's in this video description. Go ahead and grab it and join the league and compete against your fellow Winning Bets supporters for $25 each and every single week. If we take a look and see who won this week, there was a 4-way tie with 18 points, and including my mom. My mom even cracked the top of the leaderboard, so congrats to her. So what do we do when there's a tie? We roll the money over to next week. So that means match week number 9 this week right here. It's worth $50 to somebody if they can go ahead and be the top of that leaderboard. How did I do last week? Well, I got 12 points. I got 3 of the 5 games right, so just about an average week. We got to do better. Let's jump on into it. We got Everton versus Watford to go ahead and kick it off here. You're not going to get Calvert-Lewin in this game, but you might get Richarlison. He's about a 50-50 chance to go ahead and play in this game, but I still think Everton will have enough. They still got Townsend, they still got Iwobi, they got Rodon leading the line when these guys are missing, so I think that's still enough right here. Everton's won the last 3 head-to-heads. Watford, they're just absolutely bad. Obviously, they're one of the newbies here in the Premier League, and I expect them to go right back down to the Championship. That's just what I'm expecting from them this season, and, you know, if you think about it, will Watford score? Well, only 3 teams have scored less goals than them so far in the season, and we know how tough Rafa Benitez will set up his side. He may even be willing to give away possession, but that doesn't mean just because you get the ball, you're going to get scores on Everton. They're really tough defensively. I don't think Watford is going to have enough to break down Everton at all. So go ahead and give me an Everton win, and I'm going to say it's going to be a score line of 2-0. The next one on the list here is Brighton versus Manchester City. How about 3rd place versus 4th place? Didn't expect to say that on match week number 9, but that certainly will change, I think, after this round of fixtures here. City, they've dominated this head-to-head. They've won 8 of the last 9. The one they didn't win was actually the last meeting, but remind you, that was the second-to-last game of the season, last campaign, and City was kind of juggling their lineup as they were preparing, for that Champions League final going up against Chelsea, and they even got a red card in that game. So they were winning, they get a red card, and then Brighton goes ahead and gets that dramatic win right there. So as long as City keeps 11 men on the pitch and they play predominantly their best lineup, which there's no reason to suggest they won't. I think Manchester City, should be able to get past Brighton and get past Brighton relatively easy. City have scored 16 goals on the season. They've only conceded 5. Brighton has scored 8, but they've only conceded 5. So maybe this one's going to be low scoring, but boy, it's just hard to go ahead and keep Manchester City down. We just know how damn good they are in ball possession and then attacking. They're obviously really, really good in attacking right there. So we're about to find out here real soon how improved that Brighton defense is. Like I said, they've gotten to be a top 4 team in terms of from the table. I don't think anybody's going to suggest they're going to finish that way, but let's find out if Brighton's defense is for real. I don't think it's for real, at least not up against this caliber opponent. Give me a Manchester win. It'll be 3-0. Now let's turn our attention to London, where we've got West Ham versus Tottenham, and this is not the same West Ham team that we were accustomed to seeing last year, at least from a home perspective. Last season, if you look at home form, they were the 2nd best team in terms of the table. This season, the home form, they're 13. So, yeah, dramatic difference in how they're performing at home. They were doing really good at keeping teams out from finding the back of the net at home, and it's just not the same. They're still scoring. They've got 8 and 4 games, but they're conceding a lot more at home. They've conceded 7 in those 4 games, so they've got to improve on that. Tottenham, they're finding their legs up on it, and they're looking pretty good here lately. Got a good win going on last week there against Newcastle. Both of these teams were obviously involved in Thursday night action in their Europa League or European competition. They're in 2 different competitions, but on Thursday night football there in Europa League. West Ham, though, they look bad after their Thursday night competition. They're 0-2 going into their weekend games, coming off of their Thursday night game in Europe. So maybe look to see if that trend continues. You've got that trend going on where they're just bad coming off Europa League, and then they're just not been as sharp at home this season. So those are 2 worried trends if you're a Hammer supporter or you're going up in this matchup here against Tottenham. Both of those teams will have rested players, though, in those Thursday matchups, so we're going to get relatively, the best shot here in terms of each of these teams' players right here. What about over 2.5 goals? You think that one's going to cash? Well, that's cashed in 5 of the games there for the Spurs so far, and it's cashed in 6 of the 8 games so far for the West Ham. So maybe this one will be a goal fest. I think it has an opportunity to be a goal fest. I was a little undecided on this, but in the end, I think there will be goals, and I think I'm going to have this one at a draw. So go ahead and give me a 2-2 draw. The next one's going to be an interesting game. It's Brentford versus Leicester, and Brentford is ahead of Leicester in the table. How shockingly is that? That's just because they're not conceding as many goals as Leicester. They've conceded less than half as many goals as Leicester has on the season. And Brentford, to be quite honest, they've been fun to watch. It doesn't matter if they're at home or away. They've got a good attacking brand of football. When they do go on away, it looks like they know how to set up and grind out a result and get a 1 point, whether that's 0-0 or 1-1. They're working on getting 1 point on the road. You can see what they're doing. So obviously this fixture's at home, so we think it'll be a little bit more of an open game, a little bit more of an attacking game there by Brentford. Leicester, they should get scored on. Certainly their defense has certainly been suspect. They still got the attacking power led by Vardy and Iheanacho to keep them in games, which is why they're not too bad in the table, given all the goals they've conceded. But that's certainly going to come and bite them in the butt if they don't clean that up. And I'm not sure that this is a good opponent to try and work on cleaning that up. Brentford's going to be really strong here at home, so I think both teams will score will definitely happen. Both teams will find the back of the net. Will one of these teams be able to win? I don't know. I'm a little undecided on whether or not either one of these teams will be able to get a win. So I think this one's also going to be a draw. Go ahead and give me a 1-1 draw. And the last matchup we got here is the biggest one in England whenever it's on the fixture calendar. It's Manchester United going up against Liverpool. Big injury news here for Manchester United. Obviously no Varane. He's missed a couple games now. He missed midweek there in the Champions League. He's still going to be out for this fixture, it looks like. So that's absolutely big right there. He's really come in and solidified, that partnership back there in that center pairing. So not having him when you're going up against that three-headed monster versus Liverpool, I think that's definitely going to hurt Manchester United. 3 of the last 4 Premier League head-to-heads at Old Trafford have seen less than 3 goals. So maybe this one won't quite be the goal fest that people think, especially when you think about what happened midweek in Champions League with Liverpool going up against Atletico and United going up against Atalanta with all the goals that were scored in those games, 5 in each of those. Well, it just hasn't happened in the Premier League at Old Trafford in this head-to-head, so maybe give you a touch of caution right there. And again, both of these teams are coming off big Champions League midweek wins right there, so they'll both be confident, but that really doesn't matter when you get in these big rivalry games, such big games like this. You could be losing all the games coming into it, and everybody will obviously get up from this. The atmosphere at Old Trafford will be absolutely rocking. I think the good, aurora and the good feeling about Old Trafford has certainly come back. You still got the feel-good story with Ronaldo. That has not died off, especially with him getting the winner midweek there against Atlanta, so you still got to compete with the crowd. You got to compete with Ronaldo. It's going to be a lot for Liverpool to handle, but if Manchester United plays like they did in that first half up against Atalanta, Liverpool will bury them earlier in this game, and Liverpool will put them down at halftime 4-0 if they play like that in that first half up against Atalanta. So they better not come out slow like they did up against Atalanta. With that being said, I just don't think this Manchester United team right now in this current form is as good as this Liverpool team. So I've got Liverpool coming out of this one with the victory. Give me the Liverpool 2-1 win here at Old Trafford. And that's how we'll do it this week for a chance to win $50,000 on the NBC Sports Predictor app. If you guys are interested in a full breakdown of all 10 of these Premier League games that includes leans and official bets for each one of these games, go ahead and check out my show called Between the Posts here on this YouTube channel. In fact, I'll go ahead and link it here at the end of the video. My friend Matt and I, we break down all 10 games and give you guys bets for all 10 games. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out. Otherwise, we'll just see you back here next week for Premier League Match Week number 10, and good luck. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.